30 Curiosities You May Not Have Known About the US. Welcome Top USA Entertainment. Today we'll look at 30 curiosities you may not have known about the United States. Let's start. Number 1. The full name of this country is the United States of America. United States because of its state and federal system of government, and America because these lands were so called, and indeed, it was the first independent nation of this continent. Number 2. The United States has the greatest variety of climates on the planet, from desert climates in the Southwest, polar climates in Alaska, tropical climates in islands such as Hawaii, subtropical climates, Mediterranean, high mountain, and many more. For this reason, the country has 24 types of climate. To give you an idea, countries as large as Russia have only 16 types of climate, and Brazil 11. Number 3. The United States Army was created before this nation existed, and throughout its history, it has fought and defeated the greatest powers of its time, such as the British Empire, the Spanish Empire, the German Empire, Nazi Germany, and the Empire of Japan, in addition to being on the winning side in the 3 greatest wars in history, such as World War I, World War II, and the Cold War. Number 4. It is well known that the United States is made up of its 50 states, but it also has the District of Columbia, its capital, and also the country has 14 other unincorporated territories, which, although they are of U.S. sovereignty and their inhabitants are U.S. citizens, do not participate in important matters such as elections. Some of these territories are Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, Guantanamo Bay, or Navassa Island in the Caribbean, and others are Guam, the Northern Mariana Islands, American Samoa, and 7 other islands in the Pacific Ocean. Number 5. The United States is home to many natural wonders of the world. Some examples are the Grand Canyon of the Colorado, the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, Yellowstone National Park, Niagara Falls, Kilauea Volcano, Monument Valley, and many more. Number 6. The most incredible abyssal depths on the planet can be found in U.S. waters. In the Caribbean, they have the Puerto Rico Trench, which with a depth of 9,200 meters below sea level is the deepest depth in the Atlantic Ocean. And in the Pacific, they have the Mariana Trench, which with a depth of 11,034 meters below sea level is the lowest point on the planet. Number 7. The Mississippi River is an important river that runs through the heart of the country and has inspired great stories and boosted the economy of the American heartland. With a total surface area of 3,238,000 square kilometers, its watershed is the largest in North America and the 4th largest in the world, after the Amazon, the Congo, and the Nile. Number 8. Hawaii is currently the only island state in this country, besides being the state that gives the United States the character of a bicontinental country, since it is located in Oceania. These islands are very young and are the result of great volcanic activity in this region of the Pacific. In addition, this territory is in mansion, as there are more than 80 underwater volcanoes that will eventually emerge to the surface. Number 9. The United States is the country with the second largest number of Spanish speakers on the planet, with more than 57 million Americans who are native Spanish speakers, second only to Mexico in number of speakers. In addition, Spanish is indisputably the second most spoken language in this country, second only to English. Number 10. American culture is very repetitive in all aspects, but one of the most important is sports. Not for nothing is this country the greatest champion of Olympic medals in the world. With 2,803 medals, it is 4 times more than any other country in the world today and twice as many as the former Soviet Union. Number 11. The United States, although it does not have attractions such as ancient ruins or medieval architecture as European countries have, is the 3rd most visited country in the world, only surpassed by European countries such as France and Spain. Number 12. The gastronomy of the United States is one of the most varied in the world due to the fact that it was enriched by the different migratory waves of the country. It is common to find restaurants with regional food from the most diverse countries in the world, and in each state there are different variations of its dishes. However, The most widespread dishes throughout its territory are hot dogs, hamburgers, pizzas, macaroni and cheese, barbecued ribs, sandwiches, pancakes, chicken wings, fried fish, Tex-Mex food, and for dessert, chocolate chip cookies, apple, cheese, or blackberry pies and brownies are quite common. Number 13. According to data from the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, the United States is the largest economy on the planet. With a gross domestic product of more than $21 trillion, it is 4 times larger than any major economy in Europe and Asia, with the exception of China, which with an economy of $14 trillion is approaching that of the United States. Number 14. While English is predominantly spoken in the United States, at the federal level, there are no laws establishing English as the official language. However, although there are no federal laws, 31 states have declared English to be the official language. In addition, only a few states are officially bilingual. Number 15. On the border of the United States and Canada, you can find the largest set of freshwater lakes on the planet, the Great Lakes of North America. These were born due to the existence of gigantic glaciers in the area, which melted. However, of all of them, the champion is Lake Superior. This lake holds the title of the second largest lake by surface area in the world, second only to the Caspian Sea, as well as being the largest freshwater lake on the planet. Number 16. The United States currently possesses the most powerful military on the planet, occupying the number 1 position in the ranking of military power. Moreover, its army is the best equipped, as its defense budget is approximately $732 billion a year. Number 17. The United States is a fairly religious developed country, with Christianity being the largest religion in the country. However, the majority is made up of a myriad of Protestant churches, from Mormons to Seventh-day Adventists to Jehovah's Witnesses. Nevertheless, they have a large number of Roman Catholics, namely 21%, which is uncommon in English-speaking countries. Number 18. With a total land area of 9,147,593 square kilometers, the United States is the 4th largest country in the world, surpassed only by Russia, Canada, and China. Although in maritime territories, such as the Territorial Sea and the Exclusive Economic Zone, this country is the 2nd largest in the world, only surpassed by France. Number 19. The flag of the United States is quite peculiar in that it is composed of stripes and a star. The stripes represent the 13 original colonies, and the stars represent the current 50 states of the Union. The colors of these elements have different meanings. Red represents endurance and courage, white represents purity and innocence, and blue represents vigilance, perseverance, and justice. Number 20. Unlike the rest of the countries in the world, metric systems were universalized in the United States, where the old system was maintained. To measure distances, feet, yards, and miles are used, and to measure temperature, instead of degrees Celsius, degrees Fahrenheit are used. Number 21. The United States is a country of immigrants. Since its independence, it was a land of settlers, and with the exception of the Native Americans, any inhabitant of this country can trace his or her origins throughout the world. It is estimated that there are approximately 47 million immigrants in this country, making it the country with the largest number of immigrants in the world. Number 22. There are very noticeable differences between the 2 halves of the contiguous United States. For example, while the eastern half is mostly plains, the western half is mostly mountainous, and the eastern half tends to get a lot of rain, while the western half is mostly arid. For this reason, it is not surprising that the eastern half is the most populated part of the country. Number 23. Although Mount Everest is considered the highest mountain in the world, this measurement is quite arbitrary, as it is measured from sea level. If you look at a mountain from its base to its tip, the undisputed champion is the Mauna Kea volcano in Hawaii, which at 10,000 meters high is much higher than any other mountain on Earth. However, more than 5,700 meters its elevation is below sea level. Number 24. The United States is a melting pot. as the country's inhabitants come from all corners of the world. Although the largest ethnic groups in the country are non-Hispanic whites, who come from European countries and represent 60% of the population. Hispanics or Latinos from Latin America represent 18.5% of the population. Black African Americans, who represent 13.4% of the population, and Asians, who represent 5.9% of the country's population. Number 25. The music industry in the United States is the largest in the world. For this reason, it is no coincidence that this country is the birthplace of genres that have spread throughout the world. Genres such as jazz, plus country, bluegrass, rock, heavy metal, pop, hip-hop, soul, gospel, disco, house, techno, folk, reggaeton, salsa, and many more. Number 26. Many of the country's state and international borders are straight lines, something quite peculiar since in most parts of the world mountains, rivers, or natural borders are used as borders. These peculiar U.S. borders are so because the country used to delimit the borders, the latitude and longitude of the planet, which are imaginary straight lines used to segment the world. Number 27. The state of Alaska was originally known as American Russia, and it was sold to the United States for $7,200,000. And it has all the attractions of the Arctic region, from large glaciers, icebergs, snowy forests, and real auroras, besides being currently the largest repository of natural resources in the country. Number 28. The west coast of the United States has a large presence of earthquakes and volcanoes. This is due to the fact that this area is located between the Great Pacific Ring of Fire, which is the most seismic zone in the world. However, these earthquakes are not as intense as those occurring in countries such as Chile or Japan. Number 29. In the western United States, you can find the tallest trees in the world, the sequoias. These trees can live between 1,000 to 4,000 years and reach heights of up to 115 meters. In fact, the tallest tree in the world is in the United States, the Sequoia Hyperion. Number 30. The United States is the second country in the Americas with the most World Heritage Sites recognized by UNESCO. With 23 World Heritage Sites, it is second only to Mexico. Most of its heritages are natural, although it also has some cultural ones, such as the Statue of Liberty, Independence Hall, or the Spanish Missions in San Antonio, Texas. And well, this has been the video from the United States. I hope you liked it, and if so, share it with all your friends. Remember this top USA entertainment. I wish you an excellent day.